A city council in a town near Houston has voted to begin spraying a particular area with pesticides in order to kill mosquitoes, which could carry West Nile virus. However, the city council did not realize that this pesticide would also kill cattail plants in this area. Many insects feed on the cattails. The roots of the cattail plants also hold onto soil containing nutrient-rich sediments. Which of the following could be potential impacts of this pesticide being sprayed? Select all that apply. All right, so here we see our picture of the cattail plants. Y'all have probably seen those. The first thing I'm noticing is it says select all that apply. So that means there might be more than one right answer here. And this is a lot of information when I'm looking at it. So it helps me if I just say, okay, what are they actually asking me? Just one thing at a time here. And they're asking me, which of the following could be potential impacts of this pesticide being sprayed? In other words, which of these things might happen due to that pesticide being sprayed? Let's jump in, guys. First one, the pesticide could seep deep into the ground, contaminating the groundwater, potentially poisoning wells for drinking water. Well, we talked about fertilizer, and we know for a fact that things can definitely seep down into the ground. And if there's a source of groundwater used for drinking down there, pesticides can certainly contaminate and poison that water. So this is definitely true. Water is always going to flow down with gravity. This can certainly happen. The loss of these plants will lead to an increase in biodiversity. Well, biodiversity means a variety of life. So this is actually the opposite. If we're losing plants, we're not going to increase the variety of life. So that doesn't make sense. Eliminate that one. The loss of cattail plants will cause a decrease in biodiversity. That will definitely be true. Less variety of species, less biodiversity. That's just the definition. About this one, the ecosystem will become more sustainable. Well, we know that the more biodiversity or variety of species we have, the more sustainable that ecosystem is. Sustainable means that it can continue. It can continue surviving. Well, if we're losing biodiversity, it's not going to be more sustainable. It's actually going to be more fragile. So this can't be it. The ecosystem will become less sustainable, definitely. We're losing species. It's not as secure. It's less sustainable. During hurricanes, there will be greater amounts of erosion. Well, we saw in the problem, this really true statement here, that plants help hold onto the soil through their roots. So if there's no plants, we just have soil sitting there. And we know from our talks on primary succession that it takes a long time to make soil. So you don't want to lose soil in an ecosystem. So this can definitely happen. When we lose plants, that soil can just wash away, making it really hard for stuff to grow in that ecosystem because there's no nutrient-rich soil anymore. And the last one states erosion will decrease in the area. No, quite the opposite. Erosion will increase. That flowing water can just wash away the soil now that there's no roots holding it down.